Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 25 with the Boston Bees. It is our final season with the Bees. Um, we're going to play through 1939, it'll be 1940, and then it'll be time to choose a new team. And I think I can say without any equivocation, this is one of the most successful runs in Major League Baseball history. 3 world titles, 8 consecutive pennants. It's really good. That's really good. I think you could argue that both of our teams were, what you call them, dynasties independently. But I think the run with the Bees has been far more impressive. Um, we have won 100 games or more every season except for the first. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get better than that. I have won 8 Manager of the Year awards in a row, except for last year, where apparently I wasn't fucking good enough because we haven't had the awards yet. Never mind. Okay. Two housekeeping notes. Housekeeping note the first. The Reddit is now public. So if you want to go hang out at subreddit at Guardians Academy, I encourage you to do so. Um, we'll see how this goes. By the time you watch this video, we could already be drowning in bots, and I have to delete the channel. But not this channel, the subreddit. But we'll see what happens. Second, I discovered Board Game Arena. I'd heard people talking about playing it in various videos that I watch, but I never actually did it myself. And all I can say is be sure to keep your eyes peeled for some BGA videos, which is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know when I'm going to start doing it, but it's definitely got my interest peaked. Also, I don't have to worry about people saying, Avi, the link doesn't work to your tabletop simulator mod. How do I get the game? I'd be like, just go to Board Game Arena. Um, use the internet, which you're using right now. Dun dun dun. Okay, can we make it a fourth World Series? That's our goal this episode. Let's check on our coaches. We need a new bench coach. I mean, Josh Barlow sucks. Oh, sorry, this fucking problem where my damn minor league coaches change every 8 seconds. We don't play with chemistry turned on, so it's really just about who could be the best possible bench coach and help us continue to develop. CB Burns, you're in. Why can I not offer you a contract? I guess you just don't want to be my coach? Which is fine, I suppose, but then I don't know why it doesn't matter. There you go. Quite right, quite right. The other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure I have it set. Yeah, I already have this one set up correctly to fill out my coaches, so. Okay. Do we have obvious upgrades? I've got plenty of pitching. Like, I was about to say, how do they go into pitchers? No, we have 5 top caliber starting pitchers. We're good at catcher, we're great at first base and second base. I mean, third is getting to the point where I might actually need to consider playing Frankie Crosetti instead. Or no, sorry, possibly Lavagetto, but I'm fine with Hack for now. Is this the fucking season that Hal Trotsky finally learns how to play left field? Probably not, but, you know, we can but hope. I mean, I guess the question is, do we play Eno Slaughter and just accept the fact that Hal Trotsky is always going to be a little bit sus, or do we I don't know. A gold glove for Joe DiMaggio and Ben Chapman. Nice. That's two gold gloves, and that's perfect because you have two hands, right? I bet Jolton Joe gets another MVP, would be my guess. Silver Slugger for Joe DiMaggio and Ben Chapman, and Lou Gehrig, of course. I got Manager of the Year again. And Joe DiMaggio was your unanimous MVP with two other Boston Bees. A third place finish for Ben Chapman is low key impressive. Um, that is presently his first and only top three finish in the MVP voting, but that's still extremely impressive. But Joe DiMaggio is just a real good player. Um, and yeah, I don't know why you're angry about the team record. Like, oh my fucking god. 103 and 51. Joe DiMaggio's like, no, fuck you. If we don't win every single game, you're literally human garbage. Um, Even I'm not that crazy. Even I'm not that crazy. I won't vote for Chappie. I'm not going to vote for Bancroft. He's not going to make it. I will vote for Frankie Frisch. I will vote for Charlie Root and Herb Pennick, Joe Sewell, and Williams. Like, I don't want to not vote for people. I will vote for Hack Wilson as well. But a lot of these guys just, point quite frankly, suck. Um, and don't really even deserve to be in the Hall of Fame conversation. Like, I'm sorry, if you can't achieve at least 50 WAR in the major leagues, I struggle. It would have to be something pretty special to get you into the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. I'm not going to vote for anybody else. Submit, done. There aren't 10 Hall of Famers on that ballot. You might even say there's not 5 Hall of Famers on that ballot, and I'd probably agree with you. But I kind of need, if I had my druthers, I kind of need Lou Gehrig to crater this season. I need there to be an obvious place for Hal Trotsky to play. Really, guys? Really? Quit learning other infield positions. Holy fuck. I don't want him playing in the infield. I want him playing in the outfield. Let's teach him shortstop. Um, or let's not do that. I don't really see us coming away with a great player. We're entering into the World War II years quite soon here, which is going to make it difficult to find the really great players. There's just not going to be as many. Because a lot of the players that would have entered into the major leagues are instead going to go into, are just went into World War II. So don't patronize me, King. Give me my fucking scouting director. Thank you. About what I expected. Um, there's certainly nothing wrong with a power hitting shortstop. Or second baseman, as the case may be. Somebody posted in the comments to Friday's video about how um contact is relatively a little bit more important, but you also need a little bit of power. Because I guess contact only applies to everything that isn't a home run. Power is how lucky you hit home runs. So what that means is if you have a high contact, low power hitter versus a medium plus contact hitter with medium power, the second guy's actually going to be more useful because they'll also get those additional hits from hitting for power. Which is, I think, a change to the way the game is run. But it's welcome knowledge all the same. Gene Bearden, he of the knuckleball, the left-handed knuckleballer, important guy. 1948, he was the starter in the play-in game that Cleveland won to get into the World Series. The Tigers played Hal Newhouser and pitched Hal Newhouser instead. So yeah, a bit of fun trivia for you. I gotta say, I'm really intrigued by Volmer, and I think we have to take him. You're expensive as shit, but I think you're probably going to be worth it. It's handy to have another starting pitcher or a really talented reliever if we need one in an emergency. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him his slot. And then I genuinely don't care at this point. Like nobody else here is worth my time. I did warn you that it wasn't likely to be a very impressive draft class. Um, sure. And then Al Olsen and Don Trower are not coming to me. Now, something that I don't know if you noticed has been happening is this. Our player salaries are getting really high at this point. We're the number one payroll in the league. We're paying almost $500,000 a year, and it only seems likely to go up. Um, we could definitely do with some younger players reducing our overhead. Um, Lou Gehrig will eventually suck. I don't know when that day is going to come, but eventually it will. Eventually, Lou Gehrig is just going to be a dumpster fire. I do want to keep Benny McCoy. I don't care if we keep anyone else, though. If it means Eddie Stanky never plays for Boston, then I guess we'll just have to survive somehow. Look, short of a really dominant reliever, I don't even know what I would want. To be perfectly blunt with you. Lloyd Bassett wouldn't be a bad pick. He's a useful bullpen guy, but he's also a decent enough hitter to play in the field. I think there's some value to Mr. Lloyd Bassett, so I will go ahead and select him in the 40 man. But that's my only pick. I'm not going to bother taking anyone else. It's time for the fucko party to all be cut. Fucking senators. Cecil Travis, man. Cecil goddamn Travis. That one just keeps hurting. Nice for Charlie Root. That's pretty cool. I mean, in real life, what is Charlie Root known for? He's known for being the pitcher when Babe Ruth called his shot, allegedly. But he was actually a genuinely good pitcher. Like, let's look at his real life stats. Like, this isn't necessarily a Hall of Famer in most settings, but I think he deserves more credit than a lot of people gave him because everyone fixates on that one home run he gave up when he was actually a fairly competent pitcher. It didn't help that the Cubs, at this point, were basically garbage tier, and they weren't really in the running for the pennant most years. Um, It is what it is. Oh, Travis Hartley. It looks like we're gonna cut him. That's fine. Fuck off, loser. That's what I've always said. I wonder who will end up taking over. I definitely want to take over one of the weaker teams. So if there is a team in the AL that seems like they're really hard up, I think that'll probably be my pick. I'm not going to pick an NL team, mostly because I think the Bees are going to fucking dominate for a while. It's going to be kind of sick. Like, the Bees are so deep. Really, fuckhead? You're cutting my budget? Man, I mean, I guess I didn't actually need it. I guess I did spend quite a lot of money, but don't be lame, game. Yeah, I just don't know how we're going to ensure a better outcome to this season. Oh no. Oh, Disney's gaining velocity. Never mind. I was getting worried there. Hal Trotsky's getting even better. Lou Gehrig is starting to slip and slip a lot. Yeah, our scout is like, Campy's getting better. That's something. I don't know what, but it is something. Sorry. Runny nose this morning. It's the life we live in. Campy, DiMaggio, Sarvis, Howard, Hoskins, Watley, and Marion can all have a bit of a turn in spring training wise. We're gonna do a 6 man rotation as always in the off season. Would you stop turning Dizzy Dean into garbage? What the fuck happened? Wait, what? Where did all of his stuff go? You're throwing harder, yet you're less effective. Make it make sense to me, game. He is absolutely starting over Andy Sarvis. Don't be fucking stupid, game. I swear, every year they're like, what if we took one of your best starters and made him relieve? And ineffectively at that. Like, come on, man. Don't be stupid. Cease thy stupidity. Yeah, you're just gonna bench Trotsky unless I tell you to play him in left field, which is fair. Like, I get why you're doing it, but it is still a little bit frustrating that he couldn't pick up left field. Like, we tried God knows how many times. Lame. Okay. Like, seriously, just stand out in left field with the balls hitting your direction, catch it. How fucking hard can that be? I say this as somebody who was an awful outfielder when I played in Little League. I was the worst. I have no fucking illusions about my actual baseball prowess in terms of my raw athletic ability because I don't have any. I'm about as athletic as your average potato, and not a particularly agile potato at that. It's the life I've chosen. Um, oh, I don't know what we do this season. I mean, losing Leon Riley for 2 weeks is, I guess, mildly annoying. Like if you said, I'm gonna injure one player on your roster, but it's gonna be fucking Leon Riley, I'd be like, eh? Eh? Is my response to that. I have 22 pitchers. That's an absurd number of pitchers. Let's get rid of some of them. Barker, Dula, Barnes. Sleekeries, I'ma just cut you. Like, nobody's gonna want you. Waits. Weir. Can you stop making starters into relievers, game? Like, seriously. Actually, Van Mungo might not be good enough to be a starter for us anymore. That is kind of funny. I have an embarrassment of riches at the pitching positions. What's happening? Game? Stop. Kramer to the minors. How many pitchers am I on now? 15. Gotta go to 4 more. Griffith, Lloyd Bassett returns to his team. T-Losh Howard, congratulations. You get to make the roster. Sarvis to the minors. I guess Van Mungo's problem is he's gotten hurt. Like, he's lost his ability to throw strikeouts. Which is a shame. Would you take a demotion? You would not. Hmm. I'm not going to carry 12 pitchers just for the sake of carrying 12 pitchers. That's foolish. Trying to see if anybody wants Van Mungo enough to give me a decent player in return. They don't. I could just release him and let somebody else pay him. How much would it cost me to cut him? I'm going to release him. Bye, Van. I hope somebody else signs you and you have a nice little rebound career, but I just wasn't willing to wait, and I had too many good pitchers on my team. So we're down to 11. We're gonna run a 5-man rotation. Do I dare to pull Dizzy Dean out of the rotation? He's been so good for so long. I'm gonna play Bradley in the bullpen over Dizzy Dean. I'm sorry, but Dizzy Dean is the ace. He's the guy who's gotten it done his entire career. Um, we've got to let him do his thing. As far as the bullpen goes, what if we made Frank Bradley into the stopper to end all stoppers? I love it. Okay, gotta get rid of 9 more players. I have too many catchers. I have an excessive number of catchers. Campy, Hoskins, and Turner. I'll go to the minors. That's easy. Steve Messner is not worthy of a major league spot. Neither is Marty Marion. Silvio Garcia can just be released. Dom DiMaggio to the minors. Watley to the minors. I gotta go to two more players. I think McCoy definitely goes to the minors. And then the question becomes, which infielder do we get rid of? I mean, I guess I could just send on Chet Lobs. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Let's do that. We're now down to 25. I'm going to sum up to opening day, and then I'm going to set up the lineup. Man. Hal Trotsky is in such a pain for me. Ha ha. Fuck you, Cecil Travis. I hope your damn arm falls off. That's not very nice of me, but I also don't care. Um, I never claimed to be nice at any point for any reason. Kill the lineups, please. And the depth charts. Joe DiMaggio hitting cleanup is just so much more effective than Joe DiMaggio hitting third. I mean, I guess I could let Joe DiMaggio hit third. Why the fuck not? Or Gehrig hits third. And see, that's our problem, right? Like, Trotsky is probably better for the team, but Gehrig's legendary on base abilities just set the table so beautifully for Joe DiMaggio. Chappie leads off in right. Stan Hack follows up in hitting second. So who hits fifth on this loaded roster? So I got a couple of options here. The obvious choice is putting Hal Trotsky back in left field. I know he's terrible at it, but I don't see how we can ignore his bat. The other possibility is that Hal Trotsky just backs up for a season and spells Gehrig fairly frequently, like maybe like once every 3 or 4 days, which both keeps Gehrig fresh and lets Trotsky get meaningful at bats. I think a job sharing arrangement of that type is not a bad choice. If we have Trotsky come in once every 4 days, he'll still get, 50, 60 games started, which is pretty good. Because we need a better left fielder. I think Chappie McGee here is going to shift over to left so we can play Eno Slaughter in right. But I want Doer hitting fifth, then Slafter, then probably Pitlack or Crosetti. Crow, then Pitlack. When starting Trotsky a game, I swear to fucking Christ, if you don't stop trying to put motherfucking Frank Damari in every 8 seconds, I will stab you in the throat. I know you don't have a throat because you're a video game, but that's not the point. I want you playing every 4 games. So 154 game season, if you're playing for a fourth of those games, how many games do you actually play? 154 divided by 4 is basically 38 games. That is not the best use of his talent. He will get cranky, but I don't have a better choice. Other than just saying, fuck Lou Gehrig and benching him. In one of his worst seasons recently, Lou Gehrig still put up nearly 8 wins. His on base skills are so elite, combined with his admittedly dwindling power, that I can't bench him. I'm not able to do that until he shows a marked decline. So that's where we are right now. And we're just gonna copy this over. I swear, every year, what if we made Frank DeMario a starting hitter? Like, I get it. He's a really good defender, and he's got some decent offensive chops. But we've got to get Eno Slaughter in. I mean, I guess we could start Damari. If the game really desperately wants us to start Damari, and Eno Slaughter is only 22, you know what? You fucking win. I'm sick of your belly aching. I'm sick of your crying. Frank DeMar, you better fucking dominate. Um, I demand you hit a batting title. I will settle for nothing less, given how much this game has whined about me starting him. And then Slaughter backing up in right field makes a lot of sense. There you go. Now quit your crying. Let's go. Watch Frank DeMar hits like 650, and it's like, see, fuckhead, I should have been starting the whole time. I don't know that I care about Leon Riley anymore. I think his days have come and gone. Will you take a demotion? Probably not. Oh, you will take a demotion. Good for you, mate. Yeah, Lou Gehrig is washed up. Casually hits over 400 the first month of the season. I don't know what else to do, man. He's a machine. All it took for Lou Gehrig to be an even more awesome player was just to not get ALS. I wonder if the real Lou Gehrig considered that. What if I just don't get a crippling disease that takes me when I'm still in my prime? What an idea. As the kids say, skill issue. I'm joking. I'm not trying to make light of the tragedy, but I always find that kind of thing interesting. It's one of the reasons I play historical seasons, is to see how different players would be if the circumstances were different. He's starting to lose his speed. Oh noes. Clearly, it's time to cut Lou Gehrig if he can't run the bases the way he used to. So real life, he actually retired this year in real life as one of the greatest to ever play Major League Baseball. This Lou Gehrig actually got to the majors quicker and is still going pretty damn strong in 1939. Now, there's a key difference between these two Lou Gehrigs. Because of the way Boston's ballpark is, his home run output is significantly lower by about 100 home runs. That's why OG Lou Gehrig looks like an even greater player than ours is. When in reality, in certain ways, he isn't. But still, first ballot Hall of Famers. Like, there's not even a debate. Hell, Joe fucking DiMaggio is already a first ballot Hall of Famer, and this lunatic hasn't even played 6 full seasons yet. That is how historically great he has been. Also, OOTP, I beg you, please give me career leaderboard appearances. I beg you. I plead. I whine, I cry. Like, Joe DiMaggio had the greatest season in Major League history. And we're just like, yeah, it's fine. I guess. I'm more interested to see what happens with a new team. And what we can do to, because it's not going to be as easy. There's not going to be as much freely available talent, so it's going to require clever drafting and picking prospects that we know will develop, even if it takes some time. Let's see. Junior Thompson's getting worse. Hal Rossi's getting better. Eno Slaughter's getting better. Roy Campanella's getting better. I just wish you'd catch better, but you're getting there. That's fascinating that Ben Chapman of all people got hitter of the month for June. I mean, okay, let's be realistic for a second here. This absolute fucking unit has 5 home runs. He had 4 all of last season. His major league high for home runs in a season is 14. Okay, Ben Chapman, low key, has a chance of making the Hall of Fame as well. Like, he's still pretty young, and he's nowhere near any of the major counting stats, but he's been a really good player year in and year out for a long time now. Yeah, we're just awesome. Like, we're just awesome. I think that answers that particular question quite effectively. That he is awesome. That we are awesome. I guess Frankie Pitlack is struggling. Of all the players on the team, he's probably the most replaceable. You know what? Let's make it campy time. Like Shanty Hogan has nothing left. Shanty Hogan is a shell of his former self. Roy Campanella, welcome to the major leagues. How dare not have all stars at every position? This must be addressed. Casual, it's 17-1. Oh my gosh. What kind of game was that? I need to check it out. Speaking of kind of games, I just realized I've never actually played a live game on this channel since OTP 25 came out. I probably need to rectify that in one of these episodes going forward. Maybe in this episode, if we're near WoW. Casually gets 17 runs in one game. Ward Cooper completes the game. Wholly unnecessary. I mean, Roy Campanella hits a home run already. Okay, you know what game? You might have been right about Frank Damari. I'm just saying, you might have been right. Maybe. Hal Trotsky went off. Everybody went off. Look at Stan Hack. What a fucking legend. My beautiful boy, Stan Hack. The game just like, see, fuckhead, if you just started Frank DeMar the whole time, imagine the heights you would have achieved. Maybe. Maybe. I choose to not accept that I was wrong. I refuse. Cooper, Dean, and Bradley all made the All-Star team. That's like Johnny Vandermeer. Lou Gehrig, Stan Hack, Chappie, and Joe DiMaggio all made it. Nice. I guess they can't have all the All-Star appearances, but I would think Bobby Doer would deserve some consideration at second base potentially. Yeah, Lou Gehrig's power is almost gone. Balls used to clear the fence are now becoming doubles. Um, he is declining, even if his decline is better than a lot of other people's peaks. Um, like I'm not going to bench him or anything, but eventually he will slow down to the point where I cannot play him any longer. I kind of want Lou Gehrig to get 400 home runs. I don't think that's going to be possible anymore. I think his power is only going to continue to slip. Which people have commented on Reddit and they've gotten salty about the fact that players lose power, arguing that in real life they generally don't. And that's fair. Like, that is a fair statement that generally speaking, power is one of the skills that people tend to retain as they get older. It doesn't necessarily get worse. What's probably actually happening is that Lou Gehrig isn't making solid contact the way he used to. And that does change. What actually changes is your ability, it's not necessarily your ability to generate bat speed, it's your ability to recognize the pitch quickly and then drive your arms through the zone to the point where you can actually put a big charge on the ball. It's your eyes that are starting to slip, not so much your raw physical prowess. Um, if I were playing another season of the Bees, I think I would probably send Lou Gehrig at this point to the bench. Yeah, I think Lou Gehrig's reckoning has finally come. I'm not gonna bother with the trade deadline. Like, I genuinely don't care. Yeah, I'm not gonna give away good players for not good players. So yeah, I don't care. I'm not gonna trade this time around. Nice work, Campy. Um, he's the campiest. I'm keeping my eyes on the GB here. If it drops below 4, I'm benching Gehrig. Nope, that's it. Lou, thank you so much for your years of service. You're done. Um, when I've got a younger, better player in Hal Trotsky, I have to give the youngster the keys. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Lou Gehrig, but your time is done. I can't have a bat that isn't as productive as our number 3 hitter anymore. It cannot be permitted. I know we saw the number 1 offense in the major leagues. That's fair, but we need the oomph. We need the thonk. I need a second baseman who's a little bit more consistent too. But yeah, like maybe it's part programmed into the game. I mean, at least this Lou Gehrig isn't gonna fucking die not long after he retires. But come on, let's turn it on. Let's not fall behind. I mean, Brooklyn has also played really well this year. We have definitely been pressured most of this season, especially since the All Star break. So I'm wondering if we kept Garrigan for too long, and that we should have switched to Hal Trotsky maybe around the All Star break instead of waiting an extra month. We want another pennant. And guess what? You know, Slaughter, you're finally getting your chance to shine. Sure, Dom, you can play with your younger brother, or older brother, rather. But, it is Eno Slaughter's time to shine, maybe. Get after him, kid. Generate depth chart, please. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That I don't mind so much, but copy depth chart. Alright, let's finish today. A pathetic 96 wins. Oh my god, we're the worst. Um, I'm joking, but I'm also not joking because we definitely struggled this year for sure. Game, I will do bodily harm to you if you don't quit. I do want Dom DiMaggio to be on the roster just to fill in there, and Bill Swift can make it too. All right, Mr. Dissington Dean. I would like you to be our ace. It's the Detroit Tigers this season. Okay. I mean, clearly best World Series ever since we didn't get swept. I think that's pretty special. Oh damn! Look at Roy Campanella. You know what? Friends, I think we have all earned a treat to actually watch a game in person. So I'm gonna turn on my headphones. We're gonna play this one out. Ooh, Ted Williams versus Joe DiMaggio. That's the kind of matchup that baseball historians slobber over. That's incredible. A defensive strategy, the AI can do that. I just can't really be bothered. Start game. Hear the roar of the crowd. Always appreciated. Give me my pitch location widget. Widget me, fuckers. Yeah. I feel reasonably good about this. Can I move this? No, because it's on the auto. That's fine. Let's also turn the play by speed on to fast. Go after him, Junior. Oh, it's gonna rain today. Ooh, look at that sky. That's creepy as shit. That was a lot of pitches, but you did get him out, so I guess I'm happy about that. But 7 pitches is not a great start. A nice little lob over to Doer, who throws to Foster. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, Ted Williams is pretty scary. I think the key to this series is going to be avoiding him as much as possible. He's the one Tiger that, like, keeps me up at night. Hack! Whatever. I'd rather pitch to Frankie Hayes. I mean, you could walk him too. Oh no, this is getting away from us already. Please, game. There we go. Well done, Golden Joe. That is insanely loud. Where is the audio volume? Yeah, here you go. I'm gonna cut all the volume in half. Okay, now you can't hear it at all. Uh, 50 and 50. You can't hear anything right now. Well, you can a little bit. I don't need to turn it up, though. Alright. Let's do... 70. I want to keep the crowd noise kind of loud, actually. There we go. Alright. Hackman. I've never heard of Jim Tobin before. What if he's a good player? I know, it's not terribly thrilling. The fans are probably like, what the fuck, man, do something. This is baseball, yo. I guess you're gonna swing, Hackington. Damn. Alright, Joe, do your thing. Really, shithead? You're gonna swing at that garbage? I know that it's a knuckleball, but holy shit, man. Alright. They're getting pretty decent pieces of his pitches, which is a little concerning to me. Just a little bit. What does Show Spray do? Oh my god, that is so cool. So it looks like he tends to hit it right there. Like right at Bobby Dart. That is so cool. I love that. He's hitting a lot of easy flies, which isn't the end of the world, but is still distantly troubling. That everyone is able to get enough on the ball to pitch it out to the outfield. Like, eventually somebody's gonna grab a chunk of one and send it to the mitt. Nice work, Trotsky. There goes your no-hitter, fuckhead. Jesus Christ, crowd. It's just a single, man. You don't have to get that excited about it. Alright, we're getting a little bit of a rally. Absolutely not. We're not gonna run on technical. Alright. I do not trust Frankie Crosetti to bring this home, so hopefully Eno Slaughter can make it happen, or he could just strike out. I'm gonna at least give him a chance to drive in a run. Or hit into a double play, you fucking asshole. Oh, now that we're in the pre-DH era, I can use my favorite tactic of hitting the opposing pitcher who's playing too well. Yeah, he's not pitching great. He's pitching okay, but hitters are able to score up on all of his shit. They just haven't really gotten a big piece of it, so we're gonna have to be really cautious with it. There we go. Oh my god. Fucking base runners are not okay. I guess the infield fly rule, isn't it? Maybe not. I'm still not pitching Ted Williams. I am not going to give him anything he can square on, because he is the only serious threat on their roster. Alright, Campy, a nice little single there. Well done. Junior, go ahead and bunt, my friend. You did the job, my friend. You did the job. Chappie, put bat on ball, please. Gorgeous. Oh, Campy's a catcher. He's not the fastest. Alright, we're going to take some pitches. I'm going to wear this shithead down. If I can. I want to set the bases loaded for Joe DiMaggio to rip this one. That is my objective. Or you could just strike out Stanley. That is also possible. Come on, Joe. Nice. You know what? It just had to be a hit. You can't get too greedy. No. Nice. Bases loaded. Enos. How about you? Enos. Wait. Slaughter. This ball. That's not exactly a slaughter. Let's try it. I know Temlin's out there. I'll cross these most times. Here comes Mace Brown. We got to the knuckleballer. That's all I care about. Well done, team. Well done. They've been pretty regularly hitting balls into the outfield, so we need to be very cautious about how long we keep him in. Like, we've got a pretty deep pitching staff. I don't want to waste it. Go ahead and throw to Cullenbaugh. Okay, Ben Chapman makes the catch. If we get out of this inning, I am replacing him. Let's get... Bill Swift warming up, or do we get Tom Jackson? I think we get Tom Jackson warming up. Oh, can I go to substitutions, and can I get one of my starters warming up? I'm slightly tired. Lefty Gomez is ready to go. Let's warm up Lefty Gomez. Oh my god, Crosetti died with my head. Alright, we got it. Okay. So Campy's gonna go ahead and do Campy things. He's gonna pop out harmlessly. That's fine. Now, I could pinch hit with Lou Gehrig right now. And that would be pretty sick. But I think I want to save him in case something goes horribly wrong, so we're going to use Wally Burger instead. Oh well, we tried. Run it out, Chappie. Nice. Stanford Hackington. Take some pitches. I guess Chappie is kind of a speedy boy. I mean, that's a pretty generous definition of a strike, but okay. Oof. That got right in on his hands. Yikes. Lefty Gomez. Get in there. And pitch. Nice. Very nice. Fuck you, Ted Williams. I am not giving you anything good to hit if I can avoid it. I will happily take my chances with Frankie Davis. And I think that is the great weakness of the Detroit Tigers, is they're a one-player team. And so, if he isn't at his very, very best, they struggle. And yes, Joe DiMaggio is clearly an important part of our team, but we also have enough depth to have other big contributors. It's not just him. Like, for example, Hal Trotsky can hit in a double plays. Mom is easy. Nice work for Bobby Dolan. That's a nice little double there. Maybe even a triple. Pretty good. Nice. And it comes up to the rally killer, Frank Crosetti. What a guy. Jimmy Ripple. What a name. Would you at least fucking try, Crosetti, please? Like, every pitch that goes in your general zip comes not right at you. It's like, ah, well, I tried. But you didn't, fucker. You didn't try. See, he tried. He failed, but he tried. I don't want to pull Gomez too quickly, so I'm going to let him pitch one more inning, and hopefully I won't regret. Oh, damn, Campy. Nice. You have angered the moose, apparently. I did fireworks, that's nice. I mean, barehanding a pitch hit by the pitcher just seems like showing off, but okay. Single for Chappie. And a double play for... Oh, not a double play. That is a zero play. Aha, Jimmy Brown. Damn. Come on, Trotsky. Nice. Yes, go for it. Absolutely. Ooh. Damn, that was a good throw. That was a really good throw. I do think the crowd noise is a little silly. Like, it just dies instantly. I think they could definitely use some additional help with that. Alright, a nice little lazy ball to second base. And again, Ted Williams is scary. And we want it. And Stan Hack fucks it up. I mean, I guess he didn't actually fuck it up, it just looked like it. Let's see if we can't pick off Ted Williams. Wouldn't that be funny? But it didn't happen. Lefty. Now's not the time. There we go. Very clearly, that is the game telling me that he needs to be out of the game. Message received. Let's get Tom Jackson warming up. I mean, Frankie Crossetti's not allowed to actually put the ball in play, so... Nice! You know what? Lefty Gomez, take a bow. You had a good game. But it's Lou Gehrig's turn. Time to shine. And he struck out. Well, that's okay. Well, shit. Yes, I hear you, game. Really, shithead? You're gonna open up the damn inning by walking the first hitter? That's how fucking rallies get started now, nuts. Nick Etten, another traitor. It's treason now. Oh no. Please, I beg of you. Okay. There we go. I like the little names on the back of the jersey. It's very nice. Next inning will be the top of the ninth, so it's time to get Frank Bradley started. Good old Bobo Newsom. Oh, who did he knew? Oh, why kill me? If you had told me, Avi, only one player's can hit home run on your club, Roy Campanella would have been like my 5th pick. Alright, hey Ted, you want to pitch? Fuck off. Oh shit, I meant to bring in the new guy. Nice. Yeah, new guy, get in there. You just forgot Ted Williams, Tom Jackson. Well done. Well done. Ooh, indeed. Right at the taco song. Were people eating all that many tacos in the United States in the 1930s? I can tell you they probably weren't, but I'm not a taco history. What a delicious job that you did. You did it, guys. You did it. A glorious World Series victory. You love to see it. We have revenge. We have, well, it makes not really revenge. We have to sweep the Senators for that to truly be revenge. Um, what a season! I know we won less than 100 games, but we won the World Series, and that's really all that matters. Um, Now you know how normally I like going through the off season, the awards part. That feels silly to me because we're gonna have a new team anyway. What a season! Joe DiMaggio almost hit 4 fucking 100. That's ridiculous. It's redonkulous, even. Um, no, I can't do it. I cannot ignore the player development lab just to satisfy my ego of winning yet again as manager of the year. Yeah, we do. Let's quickly break down the roster and then we will pick our new team. I think 4 World Series in 10 years is pretty damn good. I think we can all agree on that one. So how did we do? How did we do this season? First of all, Joe DiMaggio, holy fuck. The sabermetric triple crown of average on base percentage and slugging, won a batting title, was just amazing. Like, there's literally nothing he did poorly. Except, no, he's even a great center fielder. Never mind. But the first thing I want you to immediately notice is how much of a drop off there is after DiMaggio. And that's what I think really tells the story of this particular season versus the others. Stan Hack had a nice season. Like, it was not his fault that the team declined slightly. He continues to play at a very high level. He's great at getting on base. He's a good hitter. I think he's got a shot at the Hall of Fame. It's not a great shot, but it is a shot. Chappie here, he started to slip a little bit. Or maybe just last season he was just insanely good. Either way, still a valuable contributing piece, but he's not guaranteed great things forever either. I think this season is going to come down to this was Lou Gehrig's final season as a regular. He's not who he used to be. And I know he can't pick up another position, although if he could play left field, that would be funny. Um, I mean, a round of applause for probably the greatest Boston B in history. Well, at least until Joe and Joe. But I don't see him recovering from this. I think he's only going to continue to get worse. I will need to make some hard decisions if we were to continue with this. But I mean, come on. We got 20 years or thereabouts of nearly flawless baseball service. I think that's pretty good. Conversely, Hal Trotsky is clearly the future. Um, he pounded baseballs, he got on base, and he played a very competent first base. So Hal Trotsky leaves them in good hands. I don't know what to do about Bobby Doer. He's a good hitter, but he's not a very good second baseman. And so that meant to be something that has to be fixed. Crosetti is purely defense at this point. You know, Slaughter didn't play a ton, but when he did play, he was fairly effective. I think he's going to get a chance to start every day next year. And Roy Campanella came up big in the World Series, but he's also got a lot of growing to do before he'll be the catcher he could be. Decent bench. Um, let's not lose sight, however, of Frank Damari. How long and hard did this fucking game scream at us? Play Damari, he's amazing. You won't regret it. This was Frank Damari's team, besides still Joe. He finally got his chance to show that he could be a regular, and he crushed it. Um, this is a pretty good career for a guy who hasn't really gotten a chance to start every day. But that said, I don't trust his skill set. I don't. Um, I think somebody is going to pick him up and pay him $1 billion, and they're going to regret it. He does the little things well. He is a good contact guy, but notice how his contact is broken up. His contact is built into the fact he doesn't strike out much, less than I put the ball in play successfully. I don't think he's a good, maybe even a great player, but I don't think he's going to be successful long term. Let's look at the pitching staff now. Mort Cooper took over this year. He's been somebody that's flirted with being a quality player here and there. He has finally taken over of the ace of the Boston Bees. Um, don't let the high ERA fool you. He had a really good season. A really good season. If this shithead could stop walking people, he would be a phenomenal pitcher. I find it fascinating how Dizzy Dean has reinvented himself, but continues to be a high quality pitcher. He no longer strikes people out, and his stuff is middling at best. But he's got enough raw velocity and enough smarts that he actually does extremely well and had another great season. Johnny Vandermeer. It took him so long to be a viable pitcher, but damned if he hasn't accomplished it. The walks, stop, you heard this before, still a problem. But that's okay. Junior Thompson's probably your AL Rookie of the Year. I would be our NL Rookie of the Year. He had a great season. Um, yeah, he had a phenomenal season. Lefty Gomez was also brilliant, and then we got a great year out of Frank Bradley. All things considered, a fantastic season. But we say goodbye to our beloved Boston Bees. And instead, okay, we want to play an AL team. That's step one. That hasn't been very successful of late. That is step two. Let's look at league history. Who has been the least effective American League franchise? I'm not picking the Tigers. I can't pick the Guardians. Let's look by win percentage. Who gets the number one pick? The Guardians. And then the Browns. Wow, really? The thing is, I can't pick the Guardians. The Guardians aren't looking for any, but I could be the St. Louis Browns, so. Let's do it. St. Louis Browns, here we fucking come. Do we have any great players? We have some that aren't terrible. We've got a really good pitching staff. A really good pitching staff. But we need offense pretty desperately if we're gonna be a competitive club. Good to know. We have Vern Olsen. That's about to kick down the door into the major leagues as well. So is that Bill Spaceman Lee? No, that's a different Bill Lee. Okay. Mm, Eddie Juste and Dolph Camilli do not make Major League World Series champions. We've got an okay outfield. We've got a mostly okay outfield. I think we're gonna need to apply some scrounging to really get an elite team to go forward. But that is going to conclude today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed the series thus far. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below. Let me know how you think the new St. Louis Browns will do. And until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.